My name is Norris O'Keefe. In 1935, while living in New York City, among growing and new immigrants from Puerto Rico, I was taken by the cultural richness, vibrancy, and resilience of these hardworking people. My daily interaction drew me deeper into their unique American experience. As time went on, it became painfully clear that the special needs of this immigrant group were fast outstripping the services provided by the federal, state, and municipal agencies at the time. This is the story of the vision, drive, and struggle of the Puerto Rican community's efforts to uplift themselves. This is the story of Casita Maria. Amid the depredation and hopelessness in New York City's Puerto Rican community, in an apartment in Spanish Harlem, the seeds of hope sprang eternal. Along with a few like-minded women and men, the plan for a facility called Casita Maria was born. Come with me, see some of our successes, and experience the difference one small, determined settlement house makes in the mighty city of New York.
My name is Rafael Pajano, and today I have a part in Casita Maria, Kids Court. Mainly I found out about Casita Maria when I was about like 6 years old. My mother brought me for the summer vacation program, and I liked it ever since, and I've been here mainly 4 years. And Casita Maria has been very nice to me, very kind to me. I have to go to Kids Court today because I'm the defense attorney. I mainly have to defend kids that have gotten in trouble for the past few days, and basically try to get them out of trouble and try to set a cause why they did that. Some of the kids are sometimes innocent, some are very guilty. I find it really kind of fun. I really like doing this thing because when I grow up I want to be a lawyer, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for me. I better hurry up. There's another kids' court session about to start.
Please rise.
My name is Marta Rivera, and I'm the judge of the Children's Court. This idea actually came to be when we had so many children with minor difficulties in adjusting to our way here, to our structure at Casita Maria. We've decided between Julio Villaronga and I that the best way to handle this would be with the Children's Court.
Hear ye, hear ye. This court is now in session. The Honorable Martha Rivera is now presiding.
First case, prosecutor.
The first case, Your Honor, involves Max Cruz. He is accused of aggravated verbal assault on a teacher. He spoke to a teacher in a very confrontative way coming out of the dining room, and the teacher has written him up for the remarks that he made. Your Honor, this seems like a clear case of a student disrespecting the teacher, and as you know, we went over the rules of behavior with these students many times, and it's certainly not something that we expect. I would like to call Ms. Santana. Can you tell the jury here exactly what happened on December the 3rd, 1998?
Well, I was coming out of the cafeteria with my group C, and Max, he was calling one of my students Giraffe, which I found that very offensive because she is a tall girl. They just think that they can call her any name that they please. I told him not to do that. Once that was disruptive, and the other thing that was offensive. So at the same time, he just went like in a very, very nasty, rude way. He told me, but I am not talking to you, and at the same time, he just made this gesture to me.
Ms. Santana, would you allow me to ask you a few questions?
Of course.
You say that at the time you were leaving the lunchroom. What did you exactly say to Mr. Cruz?
What I said to him, please do not call her dad. You don't have to be calling anybody's name.
But here in this report that Christine Delgado wrote says, and I'm gonna read it, the class still in the cafeteria eating. Max stood up out of his seat and threw away his garbage. Before going back to his chair, he looked out the door. Miss Santana told him what he was doing out of the cafeteria. He told Miss Santana with an attitude that he was not speaking to her. Then Laura was speaking to him. He caught an attitude with Laura as well. In this report, it don't say nothing about calling one of your students Giraffe.
As you can see for yourself, that report, I didn't write that report.
Yeah, but you said that Miss Delgado was with you at the time. She was there
in the cafeteria.
In the cafeteria.
I was out in the hallway already.
In the hallway.
Yes.
Miss Delgado did not hear this?
No, she was in the cafeteria talking with Miss Young.
Can I ask you one more question?
Of course.
Are you Mr. Cruz's teacher?
No.
He was disrespecting your student.
And myself.
And yourself.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell his teacher, Ms. Delgado?
Well, actually, me being an adult and being a group leader here, I find myself being very capable of calling anybody's attention here if they are disrespectful to one of my students or to me. I need to defend any students here whatsoever.
Is that true, Ms. Joy? Ms. Rivera?
Are you asking me if that's one of the rules here?
Yes.
Well, in reality, yes. If a teacher, any teacher, sees another child, another student from another class being disrespectful or hurt, that teacher can intervene, yes.
No further questions.
No further question from Ms. Santana. Ms. Santana, you're excused.
Our first witness is Reynoso. Reynoso. Were you in the cafeteria? Mr. Cruz got in trouble? Yeah. Do you recall any of the events that happened? Could you explain in your own words what happened?
Max was looking out the door, and Miss Santana told him to get inside and sit down, and he said, "I wasn't looking at you," and he started getting his attitude at her.
Did he get his attitude with Christine?
Yeah.
Was he screaming at her violently?
No.
He was not screaming at her?
No.
Can you explain in your own words what he was doing?
He was just talking to her normally, only that he was like,
kind of mad, wasn't he?
yeah, he was mad.
And when Laura came to the scene, did he get his attitude with Laura?
No.
But it says here on the paper that he did get his attitude with Laura.
I didn't see him get his attitude at Laura.
Are you sure? After that, what happened?
After that, we all sat down on the table, and we got in line. We went back to our class.
Explain to me, Christine is your teacher, right?
Yes.
Does Christine screams at you like for one tiny little mistake that have the class done?
I think this question is going way beyond the scope of this case over here.
Your Honor, I still have a few questions to ask my client.
Excuse me.
The line of questioning has to go with Max Cruz's defense today as to the fact that he was disrespectful to Mrs. Santana, he was disrespectful to Laura, and we haven't mentioned Christine for the fact that she is the group leader, so she did write the story up about Max. It doesn't mean that she's involved.
Your Honor, in order to me to defend Mr. Cruz over here, I need to make that statement.
Your statement is taken. However, you still have to question this witness about only Max. And if you have no further questions for the witness will be excused.
No further questions, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, suppose you were in Mr. Cruz's case. another teacher from another classroom tells you what to do. You probably will not take the orders from her, you probably will. You are formally taking orders only from your teacher, not the other teacher, right? Be in Mr. Cruz's case, since that teacher was not Miss Delgado, Christine Delgado, he did not take orders. He does admit that he was disrespectful with her. But think about it. If another teacher comes up to you that is not originally your teacher, tells you to do something, and you only take orders from your teacher, would you do it? While you're reviewing this case, I want you to think about that.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have to understand that, as the judge pointed out to you earlier, any adult has the right to discipline any child in this program. You can't select who you're going to respect, and if he disrespected an adult, and if that's the conclusion that you have, then you have to find him guilty, and we have to come up with some kind of punishment so that it doesn't happen again, or that other students don't mistreat teachers that way.
You ought to determine, based on the facts that you heard here today from the defense attorney, Rafael, or the prosecutor, Julio Villaronga, what is going to be Max Cruz's fate. Your chore here today is to find him guilty, not guilty. You can find him guilty and either suspend him from the program or give him a 1 or 2 day suspension or an indefinite suspension. Or you can give him a community service where he would have to report to me every single day before going to class, and he will be given 15 minutes of community service. Jury, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, we would like to give him guilty, not guilty, community service.
Max Cruz, you've been found guilty.
Yeah, I think that the children consider the verdicts of the court fair. Of course, then the judge takes a more lenient approach so that they feel a little bit better when they hear their sentence, because they're expecting, to really get socked with a hard sentence, and they wind up with something lighter, so they go away sort of feeling...
It's because they know the peers are the ones that are really judging them.
I think I first became interested in it was the first day I came here. We had a computer program. They showed us how to work with the computer, and I really became interested since that day. What I really like about the computers is the new kinds of games and sometimes the old kinds of games, because it's really fun and it entertains me. I don't spend my time watching TV. I think it's better for me to learn new stuff in the computers. A game that I really like would be Hellcats. It's the computer game where you get to fly airplanes and shoot down enemies. I really like that game because I like the graphics and I like how you control the plane and everything else. And I think learning about computers will be good because I want to be a lawyer, and the computers will help me organize my work or organize problems that I have to deal with. I think it will be very great to have a computer.
The computer courses that we have here at Casita Maria are given at all of the centers that we have. And we have one in Manhattan, or 2 in Manhattan actually, and one here on Simpson Street. We have discovered the computer classes offer the parents and seniors the ability to develop skills that are useful in today's modern world. These courses enable our clients to lift themselves up to a higher level of employment, while at the same time broadening the sights of these participants.
Soler. I'm the Executive Director of Casita Maria. Welcome to Casita Maria. As you can see, there's much more than after-school services. We have programming for young people in the evening. We provide basketball, karate, volleyball for young ladies, counseling activities. We have social services for our senior citizens. We have homelessness prevention programs. We provide nutritious meals for young people and for the elderly, home visiting for the elderly, and a variety of other services. However, we're in the midst of expanding and are asking for additional help. why don't you come downstairs with me to the social services department and we'll see additional programs.
It looks like there's an opening on parenting on Wednesday. Are you free to attend?
Yes.
Because some decisions last a lifetime.
Today we'll be demonstrating how Baby Think It Over works and how it can be implicated in our program so we can help teen prevention of pregnancy.
My name is Evelyn. I'm 15 years old. I became interested in this class because most of my girlfriends were having babies, and I thought it was a really cool thing to do. My boyfriend wants me to have one, so I thought about it, and maybe it would be a good idea to see what it is like to be a mother. After attending some of these classes, I realized the big responsibility that it takes to have a baby and raise a child. Because of this class, now we'll wait until the right time to start a family. I know that if I want to have a good family, I first need to be both financially and mentally prepared. So I told my boyfriend that once we get married and have a job and an apartment, we may start a family. Well, that didn't go over too well with him, and I realized that he wasn't the right guy for me. Thanks to Casita Maria, now I know that I want a child and a family, but it's not the right time yet.
Made me think it over. What have you learned from it?
I think it's a good idea for the teenagers that think of having babies at an early age, and they shouldn't.
As you can see, one of the programs here, out of the 35 programs I do have, this is one of my best programs, I have to say. I found the young people to be very responsive, and hey, it's a Casita Maria.
My name is Arlene Brady. I'm the Assistant Executive Director of Casita Maria. I'd like to take a few moments to tell you about one of our services that we offer in the East Harlem community. The service is for homebound elderly.
Hola, ¿cómo está, señora Vergara? How are you feeling today?
Pase usted, señorita, adelante. Yo le estoy esperando hace tiempo. Nuestro desde hace 6 meses no me ha dado un cupón. Yo necesito esos cupones para poderme abastecer en la comida.
We currently are providing services to over 300 seniors in both centers, in the Carver Senior Center and the Corsi Senior Center. These homebound elderly people really require a lot of help from the outside, and sometimes they do not have the accessibility. We send a social worker in to do an assessment as soon as someone is informing us that they need help. Once we send our social worker in and there is a plan developed, we then send our senior visitors in, and they are the ones who work with the seniors very closely. They provide telephone reassurance, they take them to doctor's appointments, they run errands for them. The bond is a very strong bond which develops between the seniors, and we feel this is one of the unique aspects of the program. We would hope to be able to expand because the need is tremendous in East Harlem. There are many, many seniors out there who require this service. We have not been able to reach them all. We would like to expand the services, increase the number we serve, and maintain the high quality of services that Casita Maria is known for.
We've been doing really great. Our projects are going well, our programs are terrific. What do we need to do to keep them going?
Additional funding.
Additional staff, more participants.
And certainly some volunteers.
Okay, for the newsletter update in our communications committee, we've moved forward. Joe, how far have we gotten?
Well, we're...
Casita Maria, as you can see, is vital and determined to continue filling in the gaps in their community. Won't you join us for the next century in keeping Casita Maria's vision alive and well? Let us continue Casita Maria's story.